The Cherokee Parable of the Two Wolves. An elder Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside all of us, he explained to the boy. It's a terrible fight between two wolves. One is evil, the other is good. The same fight occurs inside you. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather which wolf will win. The wise elder Cherokee replied, "The one you feed." This has me thinking about so many things. Now, before I get into that, just so you know, I got this excerpt out of a book, Decoding Reality 2.0, Dream It to Do It, The Science and the Magic. And this book is written by Howard Eisenberg, MD. So Dr. Eisenberg. And what this parable tells me is that everything is energy. When you think of everything as energy and everything vibrates on a frequency, so that includes thoughts, feelings, words, emotions, and actions. Whatever you put your attention on, that is where the energy is going to magnetize itself to. That is where it's going to flow. Where the attention goes, energy flows. So when we think about our lives and all of the stuff that comes with it, whether it's happiness and joy, ease and bliss, abundance, whether it's pain, sadness, sorrow, whether it's physical pain, even emotional pain. All right. When we think about all of these things have a vibration. They have a frequency that they vibrate on. And we get to choose. Now, while we are in this human condition and we are in the trenches of, for example, any type of pain, or we got some bad news, or any of the things, or maybe we feel physical pain. And I know from my own experience how difficult it is when you are in there, in the trenches. But what I truly also know is we have choices. We have choices through and through. There's a front door and a back door to all the things, right? So what would we do with this? We feel into the feelings. We experience the pain because that's what we're here to do, to experience. We experience the happiness and the joy. We experience the ease and the abundance. And so when I talk about pain, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, sadness, we experience it, we sit with it, and we have gratitude for it because that is information for us, okay? And what do we do next? We allow the feelings to flow through our bodies. We don't run from it. We don't hide from it. We don't lie to ourselves about it. We allow ourselves to experience it deliciously and thoroughly through our bodies. When we do not allow ourselves to do that, what happens is those emotions become stuck energy, and stuck energy manifests itself in the physical body. And it causes, any energy likes to flow. So as energy is circulating and flowing through, anywhere there's stuckness, it's going to try to work around it, but it's not going to go through it. And so that causes illnesses and dis-ease and discomfort in the physical. So we want to go ahead and feel into it and appreciate the information that is giving us, love on it, and then turn it into something useful. We say, I see you, I love you. We ask our higher self, our divine team of light, for help with seeing the lesson. What is the lesson here? What do I need to know? What do I need to take with me and apply it so that I can move beyond this, so that I can now expand? That's what we do with pain. And when we are experiencing the joy and the ease and the bliss and all of those things, and we put our focus on those things in our attention, and we feed, constantly feeding those things. And the best way for me to feed those things is to make sure that I'm not only acting in accordance, in an alignment with those, in other words, 10 like frequency. I also invite in the 10 rating frequency. And by 10, you go ahead and click on the link if you don't know what I mean when I talk about the power of 10, okay? Things that have a rating of 10 in my life. Now, a 10 for me might be different than a 10 for someone else. So what I might consider a 10, someone else might consider a 5. It's all based on our individual unique blueprints. And as we continue to practice our 10s, bringing 10s into our energy fields, and also being a 10 and how we treat ourselves and others, and how we look at things, how we choose to view things on a whole other higher consciousness, a better perspective from all angles, if you will, then when pain or sadness or things that give us a jolt, so-called obstacles, when they come around, we are better able to move beyond them. We are better able to use those things as opportunities to stretch. We are better able to alchemize those things, take it apart piece by piece, and keep what we need and then let go what we don't, in love and in gratitude. Now, conversely, if we choose to feed the pain, feed the sadness, feed the despair and the sorrow, and feed the illness with conversations, making it more and more real, with perpetuating it by talking about it, by owning it. Like some people like to put the word my in front of whatever the thing is, when really, if it doesn't belong to you, then you don't give it that meaning. You don't give it that, you don't attach it to yourself, okay? And we also perpetuate it by giving it value. And how do we give it value? We assign a label of good or bad to it. When we remove the value from it, we make it no longer real in our physical experience. It can be used as information. It can be used as, okay, there's a lesson here. What is it? Because that's what it does. It shows up in front of us, those things. They show up in our experience to let us know, hey, there's an opportunity here for you to grow. There's an opportunity here for you to learn, to expand, to stretch yourself. And then on the other side, you come out with the greatest feeling, because now you have more in your repertoire. It's like we have these seeds within us, and they seem to be, when you look at a seed, it's a little bitty thing. And when it's put in the proper environment, then it grows and it flourishes from what seems like no thing. Okay. You look at a little sunflower seed, you put it in some dirt, put some water on it, there's sun, and boom, you have these huge, gigantic, beautiful sunflowers, or like a big old row of sunflowers. I mean, and this is true for all of the plants, and it's the same with us. We have seeds planted in us, and then when we start to nourish and cultivate by seeing the lesson or seeking the lesson and the light in all things, and then learning to approach things with neutrality. And by neutrality, I don't mean that you don't care, or or that you're indifferent. I mean from a place of pure, divine, unconditional love. You see everything as sacred, everything as love. It may look a little different for one person than it will with another person, but it's all love. It's all divine. So again, the one you feed wins. So what do? You have choices. I thought that this was really, the Cherokee Parable of the Two Wolves was really a good little excerpt, and it truly is something that we can always remember and apply anytime we're in the thick of things. How often, I mean, I can tell you for myself how many times I have actually, in the midst of things, forgotten all the stuff, like because you're in the middle of it. It surprises you sometimes, but at the same time, because I know what I know and I've been practicing for many years, it's easy for me to just fall back into alignment. Oh, this is an opportunity. Instead of it being a problem, it's a project. And why do I see it as a project? And it's not I have to do X, Y, and Z. It's I get to do X, Y, and Z, because this is part of the adventure. This is part of the fun. This is part of the game. And because I've been practicing filling my space with things that I feel are tens and that bring me joy, and also doing the same in my actions and how I speak to myself in a loving way, how I treat myself and others, the things I bring into my environment, etc., I am better able and better suited to figure out the lesson. I am better suited to now alchemize it and use what I need. And also, before I leave here, I want to remind everyone, we are all surrounded by a continuum of pure, divine, unconditional love and support. All we have to do is ask for help. If we are unable to see the lesson and the light, or the light, then all we have to do is ask. Say, show me. Please show me. What is the lesson here? Please guide me through this, because this is what I want to do. This is what I expect to do. I want to get on the other side of this. Please show me. Our team of light cannot intervene unless we ask for help. Now, there is a such thing as divine intervention. Okay, that's a whole other topic altogether. But in most cases, because we have free will, they are not going to interrupt free will when there are lessons that are sitting here for us for our expansion. Okay, so ask for the help. And that's part of the lesson, to know that you have it at your fingertips and they're just hanging around, waiting, like la-di-da. I really wish, they should know that life is so much easier if they just ask for a hand that we are here to give them. Okay, so again, this book, I'm going to leave a link to it in case you want to take a gander. I've been going through this book and other books. I'm always reading stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to start sharing the reads. I usually keep a list of books in the description, but I want to highlight some things in some of the books. And so, Decoding Reality 2.0, Dream It to Do It, The Science and the Magic by Dr. Howard Eisenberg. And that's MD. You guys, until the next time, live simply and be kind.